Hello everybody, welcome back to Making It Up. I'm Isa, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Make sure to subscribe. If you're not new here, hey, what's up? How's it going? I know I say this every time I do a favorites video, but it's true every time. I haven't done a favorites video in a long time. It's been like 3 or 4 months. You guys know I don't do favorites videos monthly because I do not accumulate favorites every month. Like, I'm not trying new things every month, so I have to give it a little time frame so that I can try new things, find new favorites, or rediscover old favorites. And it is the time. Today is the day where I'm sharing my current favorites, beauty products that I'm loving, lifestyle things, books, movies, music, a little bit of everything into the mix. I have a good assortment of products here and I'm so excited to talk about them and turn you guys on them. So without further ado, let's get to talking about some favorites, shall we? Let's start off with skincare as always. First thing I want to talk about is the Hero Cosmetics Force Shield Super Light Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This is for all skin types. As you can see, I've been using it daily ever since I got it. It's been a little over a month and I love this. Hero Cosmetics makes products specifically for like acne prone skin. Like, they really focus on that, but truly anyone can wear this. It's a mineral sunscreen that's so lightweight. It's easy to use. It's hydrating, but it doesn't leave you looking super shiny or dewy. If you like that, then this is probably not for you. But if you don't, if you're like me and you have oilier skin, this is amazing. It has a green tint. And as you blend it out, you know, it literally vanishes. There is no white cast left here. Granted, I am very light and I can't speak about it not leaving a white cast on darker skin tones because, you know, I haven't tested that yet. But at least on my skin tone, there is no white cast. It disappears. It feels so silky. It blends out so smoothly. And I find that the green, like the greenish tone, kind of corrects the redness on my skin. It works kind of as a color corrector. It doesn't really have enough pigment to actually, you know, do that a lot. But I feel like it just makes my skin look better. This doesn't break me out. It doesn't feel heavy. It's perfect to wear under makeup. It's honestly such a steal from the drugstore. I love it. And I'm definitely gonna be repurchasing this once I run out. The only other skincare product that I have here is the Naturium Phyto Glow Lip Balm. This is a clear one. I also have a tinted one. This is one of the best lip balms I have ever tried in my life. I love this with my entire being. I love the smell of it. I love the applicator. It's just such an experience. Using this is such an experience. I love Naturium products and they just hit it out of the park with this one. It's so nice and hydrating. It's balmy, but it's glossy, but it doesn't go anywhere. So it doesn't move, but it isn't sticky. It's honestly like whole science behind this. It makes my lips look super like soft and plushy. It erases my lines, the fine lines on my lips. It erases them completely. It truly nourishes and hydrates my lips like nothing ever has. I have extremely dry lips, and whenever I put this on before I go to bed and wake up the next morning, I still have a little bit of product on my lips and they're super hydrated. It's insane. Nothing could ever top this. These are so nice to wear on their own. They have a bunch of tinted shades that have, you know, a decent tint so that if you want a little bit of color on your lips, you can wear them and that's that. Or you can apply this on top of a lipstick to make it glossy but nourishing at the same time. They're a little bit on the pricier side at the drugstore, but worth every cent, worth every penny. I will repurchase these until the day I die. Let's pivot into makeup. First thing I want to talk about is the Fenty Ease Drop. The Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint. If you watch my videos constantly, you know I am obsessed with this. I held off buying this in April when it came out because I was like, no, I already have enough things and, you know, how good can it be, honestly? And then my mom bought it and I tried it and I was like, I made a huge mistake. It was sold out for months in my shade. Like, my shade was sold out. My dog is barking. She is being so disrespectful right now. I'm trying just to talk about Fenty Beauty and she does not give a shit. This skin tint is unlike anything else I've ever tried. It's not like a tinted moisturizer that's super hydrating. It's not, you know, like a full-on foundation. It's so unique. It is kind of watery, but it's not the most liquid thing ever. And when you blend it out on your skin, it just makes it look so good. It blurs your skin, but it looks like there's nothing there. It's like a my skin but better kind of product. I have no words. I had never tried a product that made my skin look like I was wearing nothing but made it look as flawless as this one does. I don't understand how they do it, but they do. The hype is real. This is beautiful. I've done a whole review on this on my blog. This is easy to apply. It wears beautifully. It just fits into my makeup style, you know? It fits into my makeup style. I reach for it at least once a week. Everyone should try this at least once. It's beautiful. I love it. On the other end of the spectrum, I have the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. And this is exactly what it sounds. It's a tinted serum. It has a serum consistency, like super lightweight and liquidy. It's a little messy as well. This one is similar to the Fenty Ease Drops in the way that it makes your skin look like my skin but better. It's really natural. It makes it look super beautiful. It doesn't exactly blur it the way the other one does, but this one does have more of a radiant finish. I wouldn't say it makes your skin look dewy or anything, but it does give you more of like a radiant look to your skin. Now, I do believe any skin type can use this because it is just it's so lightweight. It truly like absorbs into your skin like a serum. So it's very nourishing. If you have drier skin, that's awesome. And if you have oilier skin, then you know, you also need the hydration and the nourishment, but it doesn't go over the top and it doesn't look super dewy or greasy. It just makes your skin look amazing. It's so easy to use. Blend it in with your fingers or with a brush or with a beauty blender. It's just unparalleled, honestly. I really love it. And if you don't want to splurge on the Fenty one because you're on a budget or just whatever, then I definitely recommend this one. It's amazing. Another product that I bought recently that has been blowing my mind absolutely is the Iconic London Sheer Bronze in Caramel Glow. I bought this a few months ago and I cannot stop using it. This is basically exactly what it sounds. It's a sheer bronzer, so it's not gonna give you like intense bronze. It's gonna look super natural. Now this is a liquid. It's more of a liquid than a cream, I would say, like a gel liquid. And I bought a darker shade because I kind of wanted it to look a little darker. Because it is more of a liquid, it does like stay on your skin. It's not emollient, it's not creamy, so it's not gonna move around, but it isn't dry and it doesn't cling onto dry patches on your skin if you have drier skin. I love this. I think it's perfect for every skin type. It's so nice and it's so natural, you guys. I cannot explain it. It's just, you know, you can go into bronzer and just apply a tiny bit of it, but it isn't the same. This is just sheer. It's so natural. It's so easy to use and apply. You don't really need to be super precise because this is more on the sheared side. I will say if you want to build it up, it's always gonna look sheer. So if you're looking for an intense bronzer, this is not it. It'll just give you like a natural sun-kissed look, like the way you would look after you come home from like the beach or something. It will just make you look sun-kissed. And I love that look for an everyday. It's also a perfect base if you want to build up something on top of it because it does dry down and it doesn't move around. I love it, you guys. I love it. It's so good. I've never tried anything like it. And you guys know I love my sheer no makeup. So this is a favorite for sure. Up next, I have the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in Brunette. And this has become my all-time favorite brow pen. You won't even be able to see the tip because it's so tiny. It's so tiny and precise, and that just makes it so easy to just do little hair flakes and make it so easy to use. It's easy to clean up. It is more pigmented than Brow Flick. That's a little bit more natural, but you can really customize this. Like you can make it as natural or as bold as you want to. And the tiny tip just makes it easy to just draw precise hairs wherever you need them. Like it's not gonna get super messy, and if it does, it's easy to clean up. This is my perfect color. I love it, and I just reach for it whenever I want to do a little something more for my brows. If you're scared of using like brow pens because you feel like you don't know how to use them, or you feel like it's too hard to not make it look like you've drawn your brows in, then I definitely recommend going with this one and trying it out because it's the easiest to use in my opinion, and it's also very affordable. We all love that. We always do. Up next, I have the Almay Velvet Foil Cream Shadow in the shade Cupid Glaze. I really hope they haven't discontinued these because I love it so much. I don't know if I've ever featured it in a favorites before. Maybe I have. I don't love a lot of Almay things, but this foiled eyeshadow, I mean, yeah. It's so nice and creamy. It feels so gorgeous. And it's so easy to blend into your eyes with your finger. But once this sets, it's set. Like, it's not gonna move anywhere until you want to remove it with a makeup remover. Like, it is that intense. You can really just make this as intense or as sheer. Like, I've kind of sheared it out here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell. You can make it as intense or as sheer as you want. You can use this as a base for other shadows. I don't really think you need to. This is just super potent on its own, but if you want to use it as a base, you can. You can use it in conjunction with other eyeshadows, maybe as an eyeshadow topper. But you could also just use it on its own as a one shadow look. That's honestly my favorite. Hopefully they're still available, but if they're not, I'm gonna cry because this is the only shade I have. But if they still are, you're gonna have to try them. And then last but not least, I'm sure I have mentioned this in a favorites before, and if I haven't, shame on me truly, but you guys see it all the time on my channel. Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Whiskey. When I tell you I reach for this, ever since I bought it, I reach for this almost every single time I do my makeup. Brown liner is just, for me, the most I'm all swatched out, but brown liner for me, it's just the most versatile product out there. It defines my eyes, but it isn't as harsh as black, and it's easier to clean up and to work with because it is a lighter color. This specific formula I love because it gives you enough time. I usually just like to do like mini wings, so I'll just draw it on and go and flick it with my finger, and this allows me enough time to do that, but once it sets, it's not going anywhere. I freaking love this. Urban Decay has so many colors of these and a lot of finishes as well. But this specific shade is everything to me. I love it. It's just my baby. It's my baby and I can never live without it. I simply cannot. Okay, now let's move on to the more lifestyle part of the favorites. Today, I have 2 books to show you, okay? I have 2 books to recommend. The first one is Unwell Women by Eleanor Cleghorn. This is Misdiagnosis and Myth in a Man-Made World. This book, I haven't been shook by a book in so long, but this book, I saw it at the bookstore and immediately I was like, I need to buy this. So this is basically the journey of medicine throughout the years and how medicine has failed women, how medicine is primarily made for men. It takes you on a trajectory from when medicine started up to today and how, you know, things are still not great for women in medicine. Not just for doctors, but for us women in general. I'm like 2/3 of the way in and I am hooked. It's so nice. It gives you information, but not in a boring way. Like, it's very well written. I can't do it justice. You're gonna have to read this. I think every woman should read this because it explains so much. I am baffled by this book. It's so good. Never heard anyone ever talk about it. It needs more hype. It deserves the hype. People deserve to know. Okay, so I am here to tell you to buy this book, read it, and just love it. I 100% recommend it. If you're looking for a new book to read that's engaging but also informative, Unwell Women. And then the other book I want to recommend, it's kind of like a book movie thing. It's Dune. This is such a heavy book. It's a thick book. It's one of the biggest books I've ever read in my life. And I just watched the movie last week, but I read Dune a few months ago, like 3 or 4 months ago, because I wanted to read it before the movie came out. It's been around forever, first of all, like, it's nothing new. It's such a good story. I don't know if I've mentioned Dune already in my favorites or if I've talked about it in my books highlight on Instagram. Or both, I don't know, but the story is so good. It's everything. It's not Star Wars, it's not like Lord of the Rings. It's kind of like in that similar vein of sci-fi, but it's not that. The book, everyone should read it. It's such a classic. There are 5 sequels, so if you're a book nerd and you love to read and you haven't read Dune, I think it's a classic that everyone should read. But the movie, first of all, what a cast. What a cast. Like, the cast alone is worth it. Just go and watch the movie because of the cast. But the movie is beautifully made. Like, it's visually beautiful. It really keeps the integrity of the story. Like, it truly, I usually like books more than movies because, you know, you imagine things in your head and it's very descriptive and then the movie's like, meh. But in this case, the movie is just as good as the book. They just did the story justice, to be honest with you. It's so good. I loved seeing what I read come to life in front of me. If you don't want to read the book, just go watch the movie. I'm not a snob when it comes to that. Just go watch the movie. It's an amazing story. It's beautifully made. And Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. Like, need I say more? And Jason Momoa. And other people that are cool, but they're not Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. Go watch the movie, please. I'm begging you. I have no words. It's so good. Please watch it. And that, my friends, concludes my current favorites, beauty, lifestyle, a little bit of everything in between. Now it's time for you to tell me what your current favorites have been so that I can check them out and we can have a conversation and we can mutually ramble about product and things that we're loving. So please let me know down below what you're loving lately. And if you enjoyed today's video, as always, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And if you're into super easy and real makeup and beauty content and sometimes some other content like today's video, then please make sure to subscribe. It's free. I post videos every week and I'd love to have you here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun. I had a ton of fun as always when it comes to hanging with you, and I will hopefully see you in the next one, okay? I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.